Hello and welcome to Saturday Night Football on the campus of Southwestern College as the Jaguars host the San Bernardino Valley Wolverines in Week 2 action of junior college football here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. I'm Bo Ferdig, bringing you today's action between two teams looking to get in the win column. Both sides losing by double digits in Week 1, and Southwestern looking to change their course behind freshman quarterback Alex Wojcik, who had a solid opening Week 1 performance, completing 65% of his passes for 274 passing yards, was one of the bright spots for the Jaguars in Week 1. The Jaguars won the toss. They deferred, so they will start the game by kicking off. Captains for the home side, the only freshman, Alex Wojcik, 3 sophomores, safety Jacob Galliana, athlete Abdi Ali, the local product out of Crawford, and wide receiver Savion Robinson, who led the team in Week 1 with 6 grabs for 40 yards. We'll get into that starting defensive lineup for the Jaguars, but Week 2 action will begin with the Jaguars kicking off to the Wolverines. And the kick taken at the 17. The returner crosses the 40, past midfield, one man to beat, and he's going to go all the way, but a late flag was thrown. Keelan Jackson with the 77-yard return. So as soon as I was going to get into the starters for the defense, we had a flag. A great return by Jackson. Had one man to beat, and as soon as he beat the kicker, the flag was thrown. Starting quarterback for the Wolverines is Isaiah Vasquez. He'll hand off to the motion man, has a seam off the right side, and gets to the 30 for a gain of 12 and first down Wolverines. Nice run right there by running back Antoine Fowler, the freshman out of Rialto, California. The Wolverines love to run the rock early, and they're doing so with a toss to the left and a tackle in the backfield by the Wolverines. Michael Boone, the right corner, you could see him come up, shed off the receiver, and make the open field tackle. Both him and number 3, the nickel corner, Adrian Granderson, who was second on the team with 7 tackles in Week 1. Let's get into that starting lineup for the defense. On the left side, 2 Morris Tigers, 2 local products, Andrew Sola and Keon Jackson. On the right side, Aldrich Arbach and Ricardo Alvarez. And it looks like the Wolverines pounced on it. The middle linebacker, Julius Latuli Gasanoa out of Helix. Weak side linebacker, Jacob Buchanan out of Nevada. The nickel corner, we already mentioned his name today, Adrian Granderson out of Lincoln. 2 Mar Vista local products, Jacob Galliana, Adrian Martinez on the backside. Left corner, Demarion Smith and Michael Boone out of Helix, the right corner, looking to guard the top receiver from San Bernardino. Nothing open. Quarterback steps up, has a receiver wide open on the sidelines, and overthrows his intended receiver. A great job by Vasquez in eluding the pressure, but just unable to hit his receiver on the run. That will bring up a 4th and long. So after a first play, first down for the Wolverines. And behind the original line of scrimmage. They're going to go ahead and punt. Try to back up this Southwestern offense. Kanya Massa with his heels at the 50. This is Jordan Benton, the punt returner, inside the 10. He'll let it bounce at the 10. It'll check into the end zone, and the Jaguars will start their first offensive possession at the 20. So somewhat of a shaky start for Southwestern in that they gave up a big kickoff return to the house. Fortunately for them, a flag cost the Wolverines a touchdown, and Wolverines' first play from scrimmage, 12-yard run, but were unable to get any positive yards after that. That's where we bring in freshman quarterback Alex Wojcik, completing 65% of his passes in week 1 for 274 yards. Leading receiver was Captain Savion Robinson out of Nevada. Wojcik with the snap, looks over the middle, and that ball is picked off. Linebacker shakes a few tackles, and the first pass of the game goes for an interception. Kieran Pender, the linebacker out of Upland, just read the quarterback's eyes, had two receivers in the same area. Wojcik threw one interception last week, but it was off of a batted ball. So a little unlucky, but unfortunately right there, that was all Wojcik, as Pender read the eyes of the quarterback. Vasquez back in. He'll hand the ball up the gut and twirled around behind the line of scrimmage. That's running back Antoine Fowler, who had the only positive gain up until this point, 2.5 minutes into this ball game. Opening quarter here at Southwestern College. It's the Jaguars and Wolverines out of San Bernardino Valley. Both teams 0-1 on the season. Fowler remains the single back, two receivers to the left, to the right. Fowler will get the handoff and tackled at the line of scrimmage. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. He was tackled by Julius Latuli Gasanoa out of Helix. Wrapped up well by Latuli Gasanoa. Brings up a 3rd and 10 at the Jaguars' 15-yard line. Fowler remains in. The Wolverines are going to come out with the same formation. Two receivers to the left, two receivers to the right. Fowler in motion. Comes back. Gets the handoff on the laser. Has a block upfield. Gets inside the 5 and is twirled in for a Wolverines touchdown. 3rd and 10. The Wolverines stay with the run. Fowler gets to the edge. Plants that foot, gets upfield, and gets in for the first touchdown of the game. A bit surprising to go a run play on a 3rd and 10 from the 15, and I'm sure that's exactly what Southwestern was thinking as well. And that kick off the crossbar, or off the uprights, excuse me. No good. So that's a one positive sign for the Jaguars, as the 15-yard touchdown run from Fowler gives the Wolverines a 6-0 lead with 11:29 remaining in the first. Tough start for the Jaguars, who had a tough start last week in the first half. Let's see how the Jaguars respond. Kick returners Giovanni Barrios and Abdi Ali looking to return for the Jaguars. Barrios, a local product out of Chula Vista. He was their starting running back as a senior last year. And Abdi Ali, one of the better athletes to come out of San Diego in the last couple years out of Crawford. Ali had a couple nice returns last week. This is a short kick. Ali brings it in at the 20. Gets past the 35 and is brought down near the 37, and that's where the Jaguars will start their second offensive possession. So their first offensive possession lasted one play after the interception from Kirion Pender. And that set up the Antoine Fowler 15-yard touchdown run. Currently stand at 6-0 here at Southwestern College. Alex Wojcik back into the game. Two receivers to the left, one to the right in a pistol formation. Wojcik hands it up the middle, and the running back is stuffed near the line of scrimmage by big number 54, Faka Tuamafi, and the captain, number 5, Raheem Ramsey. As the Jaguars lose 2 on the run. Savion Robinson led the team last week with 6 receptions. He's at the bottom of your screen. And in the slot next to him is Abdi Ali Robinson, a product out of Nevada. Running back in motion. Wojcik looks for the screen pass, and the running back was knocked down. That ball falls incomplete, bringing up a 3rd and 12 for the Jaguars. 10:35 remaining in the first quarter. Here on the Cali Photo Sports Network, I'm Bo Ferdig, bringing you tonight's action between Southwestern College and San Bernardino Valley College. 3rd and 12. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Wojcik. Wojcik looks right, hits his receivers near the sideline, gets near the 45, but he's going to be short of a first down. Nice grab by Savion Robinson, who will be 3 yards short of the first down, bringing up a 4th and 3. That was the first positive gain for the Jaguars on offense, so something to build off on. And Southwestern will bring out the punt team on their side of the 50. They'll bring out punter Abdi Ali. They're missing a player on the near side, missing a couple guys. Coach Menards might have to call a timeout. And they'll take the delay game. Oh, and they're going to... Okay, I thought they were calling timeout because the players were coming to the sideline, but they just took the delay game, which in this situation is the smart move, right? Because even 5 yards back, it's still 4th down, and you don't want to burn a timeout this early in the game before actually punting the ball. Jaguars punt team back onto the field. Long snapper Nate Rocio out of Southwest will be snapping it to punter Abdi Ali. Abdi Ali with the line drive kick. Returner brought in at the 20. Makes a defender miss and is twirled down near the 30. Call it to 32, and that's where San Bernardino Valley will start their next offensive possession here at Southwestern College. So San Bernardino Valley started the game with the ball. And that drive came up empty. Then the interception off the first pass of the game from Alex Wojcik by Pender. Antoine Fowler with the 15-yard touchdown run. That's how we got to the score 6-0 with 9:35 still in the first. A lot of time left. Isaiah Vasquez with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He looks right over the middle, has his receiver, gets tackled at the 45. Brought down by number 3, Adrian Granderson, second on the team last week with 7 tackles. The nickel safety in against San Bernardino Valley because as much as they love to run it, they love to pass it even more. And Vasquez can't get rid of the defender, but a flag was thrown. Did he get a face mask is the question. The blitz up the A-gap. I hope they didn't call a collar tackle because the quarterback was already falling. Let's see what the white cap calls. Wow, that is interesting. An offensive face mask by a player who was being tackled. You don't see that too often. But the Jaguars will take it. So not only the sack, I thought they would mark them off another 10, but they didn't. Fowler again on the handoff and only gets a couple yards before being brought down by the Jaguars defense. Number 44, Andrew Sola out of Morris. Had a pair of tackles for losses last week. That will bring up a 3rd and 20 for the Wolverines. Southwestern in their 4-2-5 nickel formation. And the long bomb over the top, but the quarterback is hit from behind on the throw. As that ball falls incomplete, brings up a 4th down. That was Jordan Collier hitting the quarterback on the throw as Vasquez was going over the top to one-on-one coverage. But Collier did a great job in getting to Vasquez. And we have a delayed game penalty on the Wolverines. That will knock them back another 5. Abdi Ali, the captain, standing at the 35 for the return. Low snap. Ball is away. Ali brings it at the 31. Makes one guy miss. Can he get to the edge? Gives a stiff arm to a defender. And steps out of bounds at the 36. Ali doesn't need much room. You saw right there, he's explosive in tight space. Gave a good stiff arm to a man who is easy 40 pounds heavier than Ali. But the return gives the Jaguars good starting position at the 36. Wojciech back in. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Running back in the hip pocket of Wojciech. Wojciech looks this way to a bubble screen to Robinson. Robinson gets tripped up at the 35. Nice open field tackle by Xavier Carter out of Houston, Texas. Loss of 1 brings up a 2nd and 11. Robinson with his second grab on the night. Robinson remains at the bottom of your screen, joined by Jordan Benton, who had 5 receptions for 85 yards last week. Jaguars averaged 12.5 yards per completion. Pressure off the edge. Wojciech throws a dot at the 40 and completes it. Beautiful ball right there. As you can see right here, pressure off the edge, and Wojciech throws a beautiful ball to Ty Manalo. Gain of 28 yards, Manalo out of Olympian. And that's the biggest play for the Jaguars here in this first quarter, now coming up on the 7-minute mark. Sometimes it's that one big throw to get the quarterback going. And Wojciech showed you his arm strength right there. Heartland stamps out of Monte Vista in the left hip pocket of Wojciech. Wojciech was looking for the screen pass, and he got rid of it. They're going to call it a fumble. I thought that he might have tried to throw the ball, but he did try to throw the ball. That is a young rookie mistake right there. The D-line was all over that. Wojciech had to get rid of it quickly. It was a screen pass, so one of the setups for a screen pass is allowing that defensive line to get upfield quickly, and Wojciech just has to do a better job of holding on to the rock. And after the biggest play for the Jaguars, the turnover gives it right back to the Wolverines at their own 46. Handoff off the right side, not much room. The cutback, and a nice job by the Wolverines running back right there. Number 34, Green, out of San Bernardino, California. That was his first carry on the night. Turned a gain of 0 into a short gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. Coming up on the 6-minute mark here. Handoff again off the left side. Makes one defender miss in open field. And Green back-to-back runs for 8 yards. Brings up a 3rd and 2. Vasquez remains in the game. Receiver at the bottom of your screen is LeSean Griffin out of Pomona, California. Green, the single back. The snap. Going over the top near side. And well defended by the right cornerback, Adrian Speedy Granderson. That brings up a 4th and 2 at the Jaguars 46. San Bernardino's going to snap it quickly. Quarterback keeps. Vasquez just gets enough for the first down. Vasquez first rush on the night. They needed 2. He got 3. And the Wolverines move the sticks. 5:20 and counting. Still in the opening quarter here at Southwestern College. It's the Wolverines 6, the Jaguars 0 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Green, the single back. Vasquez looks downfield, nothing open, well defended by the Jaguars, and he gets brought down in the backfield. You can see right there, linebacker comes screaming and brings down Vasquez for the sack. And that sack, big play by the defense after the Wolverines just picked up a first down on 4th down. Vasquez, play fake, over the middle, nice grab, but it's jarred loose by the secondary of the Jaguars. That ball was intended for Isaiah Hughes, but a good job by that Southwestern secondary. As soon as Hughes caught the ball, they jarred it loose with the hit, bringing up a 3rd and long. Ball sitting at the Jaguar 48. Vasquez, he'll roll right, looks downfield, has a receiver, but knocked away by the Jaguars. Well defended once again by the secondary. Michael Boone, local product out of Helix, knocks that one away. Well defended, well read. Boone knew that the receiver was trying to get to the sticks on the comeback route. And the PBU goes to Boone, bringing up a 4th down. So Southwestern defense, after the sack, holds strong, creating another punt. This is Abdi Ali at the 10. And the Wolverines get a nice bounce as it will roll to the Jaguar 6-yard line. And with 3:58 remaining here in the first quarter, Wolverines 6, Jaguars 0. Here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. This is the worst starting field position for the Jaguars. I believe this is their 4th offensive possession already. Wojciech remains in the game. Bunch formation to the right of Wojciech. Did he draw the defense outside? No flags thrown. 1 flag thrown. Wojciech goes over the top. It was a free play, late flag thrown. And the defensive line did jump offside. So heads up play by Wojciech, and realizing it was a free play and why not go over the top. And the 5-yard penalty will bring up a 1st and 5 for the Jaguars. They'll come out in that bunch formation again. Heartland stamps. Wojciech rolls right, has his receiver Robinson near the 20, and he'll cross the 20 for a Jaguar 1st down. Nice job by the Jaguars offense, making the read a little easier for Wojciech, rolling to his right, cutting the field in half, something you like to do for a younger quarterback. Stamps remains in the game, the single back to the right hip pocket of Wojciech. 2 receivers to the left, to the right. Abdi in the slot. He'll go this way to Robinson. And Robinson knocked out of bounds for the short gain, but still another positive gain for the Jaguars. Robinson with his 4th grab on the night. Led the team with 6 receptions in week 1. So first receiver to double digits on the season, coming up on the 3-minute mark. Jaguars want to get up to the line quickly. Wojciech looks left. He'll scramble, finds his receiver, and goes through the hands of Southwestern. That was Stamps, the running back. Got loose. If he could have brought that one in, he had a lot of green in front of him. That incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Jaguars. Stamps remains in the game. 3 receivers to the left of Wojciech. Wojciech looks that way. He'll step up in the pocket. He'll tuck and run, and it tackled 1 yard short of the 1st down. Wojciech wants to run a play. Bless his heart, but not on their own 30. Too early in the game. Jaguars offense looking more fluid in their fourth offensive possession, but still unable to get a first down. Consecutive first downs, that is. Abdi Ali, the punter, brought in at the 35. Crosses the 40, gets to midfield. And a decent return by Thomas Thompson Jr. as he's actually brought down at the 49-yard line of San Bernardino Valley. The Wolverines started the game with the ball. And we have a holding call on Caleb McNeil. That is a spot foul. And it happened right where the ball was brought in at the 35. So we'll go 10 yards back from there to the 25. Special teams. Let's just say the Jaguars were not at their best when it came to special teams last week, but they're doing a much better job this week so far. Vasquez remains in the game, hands off up the middle, and once again brought down at the line of scrimmage. Not much room to run for Davion Williams, the running back out of Auburn, Alabama. Williams with his first touch on the night. No gain, bringing up a 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. Isaiah Vasquez, empty backfield. The freshman, 3 receivers to his left, looks that way, has some time, rolls right, escapes the pocket and gets upfield and is brought down near the line of scrimmage. Great job by Keon Jackson, big number 94, getting out there and bringing down Vasquez, but not before Vasquez picks up a Wolverine first down. Vasquez hands this ball and a wide open lane up the gut. That's one of the better runs for the Wolverines as Williams picks up another first down. And you can see right there, no linebacker anywhere to be found right there. But a great job. And the quick snap. Jackson, the receiver, brings it in for a short gain. And the Wolverines starting to pick up the tempo a bit as they get into Jaguar territory. They don't have to snap the ball right here, but they're feeling the juice. The snap, the handoff off the left side, and the gang tackle led by number 23, Jacob Buchanan. And that will end first quarter action here at Southwestern College. It's the Wolverines 6, Jaguars 0 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. And thank you for staying with us here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. I'm Bo Ferdig, bringing you tonight's action between Southwestern College and San Bernardino Valley College. Wolverines up 6-0 to start the second quarter. 3rd and 4. Vasquez rolls right, has his receiver in the flats, crosses the 40, and is upended, but not before another first down for Keelan Jackson, the wide receiver. And you can see the Wolverines right now picking up the pace on offense. Jackson, the slot receiver at the top of your screen. Handoff up the middle, bounces off a tackle, and falls forward for a few more. Once again, that's Williams out of Alabama. Picking up 4, bringing up a 2nd and 6. Vasquez with Williams behind him. Pump fakes, gets a defender in the air. He'll tuck and run for a Wolverine first down. Vasquez picking the tempo up. Williams off the left side. And the ball's loose. And the Jaguars will pick it up. Looks like Williams just lost the ball. Oh, the forced fumble. Forced fumble and fumble recovery by Ricardo Alvarez, number 97. And a penalty will nullify that. So Jaguars were given a gift, but the penalty takes away the turnover, and it will remain Wolverines' ball. 1st and 5. And the tackle in the backfield. It's Alvarez again. Alvarez had the forced fumble recovery, and then just tackled Antoine Fowler 4 yards in the backfield for a TFL. Bringing up a 2nd and 9. Vasquez, empty backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Jackson, the slot receiver at the bottom of your screen. Looks over the middle, has his intended receiver. And that's running back Antoine Fowler on the reception. Needed 9, got 10 for a Wolverines first down. Ball sits at the Jaguar 15-yard line. Antoine Fowler in the backfield. Jackson in motion. Handoff off to Fowler. Off the right side, he'll pick up a couple. Latuli Gasanoa a bit banged up after the tackle. Gain of 2, bring up a 2nd and 8. Coming up on the 12-minute mark here in the second quarter. Vasquez. He'll look right, the quick hit. And the reception brought in inside the 10 by Jackson. Near the first down marker. That will bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Wolverines. Ricky Sampson Jr., the running quarterback, is now in alongside Fowler. And the fumble, the ball's loose. And it looks like the Jaguars got it. Or did Fowler get lucky and that ball bounced right back in his... Oh, Ricky did Very lucky for the Wolverines right there. Looked like that was a Jaguars ball. Not only did the Wolverines maintain possession, but they also picked up a first down. Jaguars just can't catch a break right here. Sampson remains in the game at quarterback. Fowler behind him, the single back. Jackson, the slot receiver, to the right of Sampson Jr. And the Wolverines looked a little discombobulated right there on offense. That will knock them back 5 yards, bringing up a 1st and goal at the 10. Isaiah Vasquez comes back in at quarterback with Fowler behind him. Fowler will get the handoff off the left side, gets inside the 5, and is brought down near the 3. Brought down by Fierro. Quito Ferrero, local product out of Otay Ranch. Brings down Fowler inside the 5. Call it the 3. There is a flag on the field. You can see it near the 10-yard line. I would assume the penalty was on, the Jaguars. Wolverines catching the Jaguars off balance on the defensive side. Vasquez with the pitch. And whistles. So Wolverines get 5 and give 5 right back. Still 1st and goal. Now from the Wolverines 10. Green back into the game. He gets the toss right. Shakes a couple tackles. And is tackled down inside the 10-yard line. The gain of 3 will bring up a 2nd and goal from the 7. Green remains in the game. 3 receivers to the right of Vasquez. Vasquez with the high snap brings it in. Back shoulder fade. Touchdown Wolverines. Beautiful ball from Vasquez to Griffin. Well defended. Vasquez just threw his receiver open, and Griffin brings it in for the 7-yard touchdown. So it's Vasquez to Green on the 7-yard touchdown pass. Extra point is up and good. And that will give the Wolverines a 13-0 lead here on the campus of Southwestern College. Canyamasas on the kickoff. And that one will go out of bounds. Jaguars will get good field position to start this next offensive possession.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down, Southwestern.
Offense started slow, but they are picking up steam as this game moves forward here in the first half. Wojciech remains in the game. Stamps the single back. Abdi Ali in motion. He gets the handoff off the right side and gets leveled at the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Hughes comes downfield and lays the lumber on Abdi Ali. That was a great hit right there by Hughes for a gain of 0, or for no gain, I should say. Quick hitch near side has Manalo, and Manalo brings it in at the 42 and is brought down quickly for a gain of 8. A gain of 8, bringing up a 3rd and 2. Wojciech looks over the middle. Has a receiver downfield, one-on-one over the top, and is broken up nicely by the cornerback, Micah Gaines. Intended receiver, Abdi Ali. And Gaines with a beautiful PBU. Bringing up a 4th and 2. And the Jaguars are going to come out in punt formation. And Abdi Ali was on that streak, so they're going to bring in a backup punter. Not a bad punt. Returner brings it in at the 26, and great punt coverage by the Jaguars, as Thompson Jr. gains 5. And that's where San Bernardino Valley will start their next offensive possession at their own 31. Vasquez, single back. And that defensive line is doing a good job for the Jaguars here in the first half. Not allowing too much running room as Fowler gets a short gain of 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9. Fowler came up hobbling. He will remain in the game. 3 receivers to the left of Vasquez. Griffin, the single side receiver at the bottom of your screen. Vasquez with pressure rolls right and will throw that one out of bounds. Nice pressure by the Jaguars. 7:21 remaining in the second quarter. Wolverines 13, Jaguars 0 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. 3 receivers to the left of Vasquez. Griffin, the single-sided receiver at the bottom of your screen. Pressure off the edge. And Vasquez has the receiver at the first down marker. And Isaiah Hughes with the first down. Now coming up on the 7-minute mark. Big third down conversion for the Wolverines to keep this drive alive. Now 3 receivers to the right of Vasquez. Vasquez fakes the run. Wolverines wanted a flag, and they get the flag. It was well defended, but the linebacker had his arm wrapped around the receiver. And that penalty will bring the ball inside Jaguars territory at the 49. We had a football on the field. Fowler, the single back. Jackson, the slot receiver near Vasquez. 3 receivers to the right of Vasquez. Vasquez will hand the ball off to Fowler. Shakes 1 tackle, has 1 defender to beat. He's off to the races and will not be caught. Touchdown, Wolverines. Antoine Fowler, the 49-yard touchdown run, the biggest play of the night. And the Wolverines now with a 19-point lead. That's Antoine Fowler's 2nd rushing touchdown on the night after a 15-yard touchdown run to start the scoring for the Wolverines. And after that 49-yard touchdown run by Fowler, it's 20-0 Wolverines at the 6:38 mark here at Southwestern College. Kanyamasa on the kickoff. Brought in at the 15. And a return of 15 by Robinson. Gets the Jaguars to the 29. Alex Wojcik comes trotting back onto the field. We'll see if the Jaguars can get something going on the offensive side. The defense has been on the field a lot here in this first half. Jaguars coming out in pistol formation. Wojcik will hand off the right side, and one of the better runs for the Jaguars. Raymond Flores, the local South Bay product, with a nice gain of 11. Actually, they brought it back a yard, gain of 10 for Flores. Flores will get it again. This time the Wolverines were ready. Flores falls forward for 1. Down 20-0. No need for the Jaguars to rush to the line. The defense looked a little gassed on that last possession. I know some people would like the tempo to be a little bit faster, but down 20-0 and your defense a little tired. Jaguars is looking for some first downs. They've been trying to execute a screen. It looks like they'll get their first one of the night. That's Hamadi Sharif, the local product out of Crawford, with the big first down. Keeps the chains moving. Sharif had the only 2 touchdowns for the Jaguars last week. 3 carries for 25 yards, and 3 of those carries going for 2 scores. So back-to-back first downs for the Jaguars. First time we've said that here in the first half. Run off the left side. Gets one defender to miss. Has a seam. Picks up a block downfield. And Raymond Flores with the 17-yard gain. Nice job by Flores right there, bouncing it out to the left side and picking up a nice gain, one of the better runs for the Jaguars. So back-to-back first downs for Southwestern. Hamadi Sharif is going to remain to the left hip pocket of Wojciech. Flores in the pistol formation. Play fake to Flores. And a nice grab at the 25. That was Hamadi Sharif on the reception on a gain of 5. Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Be nice to see Southwestern chew off as much clock as possible before giving the ball back to the Wolverines here at the end of the first half. Jaguars going to remain in this pistol formation. Hamadi Sharif and Raymond Flores in the backfield next to Wojciech. Jordan Benton, who had 5 receptions for 85 yards last week, still without a reception. And this ball over the middle has his intended receiver. Savion Robinson walks in for a Southwestern touchdown. Alec Wojciech throws a 24-yard strike to Robinson, and Jaguars get on the board. Great job by Wojciech looking off the safety and hitting Robinson. Savion now with 5 receptions on the night, leading all receivers. We don't have the exact stats, but I can count at least a handful of receptions for Robinson. That one measured 24, 25 yards. And a great offensive possession for the Jaguars before the end of the first half. And the extra point is up and good. Jaguars get on the board here, cutting the deficit 20-7 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. So it took 3 minutes for the Jaguars to go down and score, bringing it within 2 possessions. And it was the running game right there, opening it up for the passing attack of Wojciech. Now let's see how the Jaguars defense responds. But first, the Jaguars going to need to keep this one. Brought in at the 10. It's going to get across field and brought down at the 25. Granderson led the way on the tackle for Southwestern. Let's see how the Jaguars defense responds after a great drive by the offense. Vasquez remains in the game. 3 receivers to the right. Nothing open downfield. He'll let it rip over the top. Has a receiver. Isaiah Hughes was the intended receiver, just underthrew him. But if he would have hit him in stride, that would have been trouble, as the secondary got beat on the backside. Ball falls incomplete, bringing up a 2nd and 10 for the Wolverines. Antoine Fowler gets the handoff off the right side, shakes a couple tackles, and great pursuit by the Jaguars as Fowler gets back to the line of scrimmage. Jacob Buchanan led the way, and we have a Jaguar player down with 3:10 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Jacob Buchanan, we've mentioned his name a few times today. Looks like Kajwan Mason down on the field as the trainers are attending to him. Actually, that's Captain Jacob Galliana coming up limping. That's a tough hit for the Jaguars secondary, as the captain, Galliana, is brought off with a couple assistants. 3rd and 10. 2 receivers to the left, to the right of Vasquez. Vasquez looks left, has a receiver over the middle, hits his receiver at the 50, and he is going to go all the way for the score. 75-yard touchdown pass from Vasquez to Jackson. And just when you thought you were going to get off the field on the defensive side, Vasquez hits Jackson in stride. And you talk about a big hit, Galliana coming off the field. That's where he normally roams, in the middle of the field, deep in the secondary. And the extra point is up and good. Extend the lead back to 20 points for the Wolverines. So Jaguars needed 3 minutes to score their first offensive touchdown, and it took the Wolverines all but 42 seconds to score their next touchdown. And the return across the 30 by Giovanni Barrios, the local product out of Chula Vista. We had a late flag thrown after Barrios came up.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit number 8 on the receiving team. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So a decent return is brought back to the 17. 2:48 remaining here in the second quarter. Every offensive possession for the Jaguars has seemed to get better as this game has gone on. They scored on their last offensive possession. Let's see what the Jaguars offense could do with 2:48 remaining. Back out in this pistol formation and worked on the last drive. Flores off the right side. Picks up a nice gain. Keeps the clock running. Gain of 5, bringing up a 2nd and 5 for Flores. Hamadi Sharif remains in the game as well, to the right hip pocket of Wojciech. Now he moves to the left. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, the single side at the bottom of your screen, and the Jaguars are taking some time off the clock. Wojciech brings it in, steps up in the pocket, has a receiver, and that ball tipped at the 38 by Xavier Carter of San Bernardino Valley. Stops the clock at 2:02 after the completion. The incomplete pass brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Jaguars. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left. Single side receiver at the top of your screen of Wojciech. And we have a delay game.
Delay game. Offense, number 14. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Five-yard penalty will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Jaguars. And the bad snap, and fortunately for the Jaguars, Raymond Flores with the kick stop falls on it. Be interesting to see if San Bernardino Valley calls a timeout. They have 3 timeouts remaining according to the scoreboard. The Jaguars just looking to kill as much time as you can. 1:30 and counting on the game clock. 12 seconds remaining on the play clock. Abdi Ali standing in his own end zone. Ball bounces at the 30. And will roll to the Wolverines 36. San Bernardino Valley's best start on the offensive side. Three receivers to the right of Vasquez. Green in the backfield. Vasquez looks left. Has his receiver at the 12 and broken up nicely by the safety of Southwestern. Three receivers to the right of Vasquez again. He'll hand it off the left side. Has a lane, gets down the sideline, and is knocked out of bounds by the Jaguars. Nice gain by Daquan Davis, his first attempt on the night. Picks up a first down for the Wolverines. Davis remains in the game. Two receivers to the left, two to the right of Vasquez. Davis gets a handoff again off the left side and bulls his way forward near the 20, and that's where the Wolverines will call their first timeout here in the first half.
That's their first time of the first half.
And after the run from Davis, that will bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Wolverines. Jackson has his running back in the flats, and a nice grab by Davis bringing that in with the cornerback coming down to make the tackle. That's actually Delano Green right there switching up with Davis. Davis picks up a first down, 1st and goal at the Jaguar 9. Davis with the handoff up the middle and is stuffed near the line of scrimmage.
San Bernardino. That's their second.
Combination of Adrian Ramos, or Adrian Martinez and Adriel Ramos for the Jaguars to bring down the running back Delano Green for no gain. Wolverines will call their 2nd timeout of the first half. With 33 seconds remaining here in the first half, Wolverines 2nd and 9 with the ball at the Jaguars 9. Vasquez, the fade, and brought in for a touchdown. Bishop Bell climbs the ladder one-on-one and brings it in for a Wolverines score. Nice ball from Vasquez to Bell. Bell's first reception on the night. And Vasquez is picking it up statistically here in the first half. That is his 3rd passing touchdown of the night. First to Bell. Extra point is good. And with 28 seconds remaining in the first half, it's all San Bernardino Valley. The Wolverines 37, Jaguars 7. And the squib kick picked up at the 15. Barrios leads the way on the block. And Jaguars get up to the 36. That's Abdi Ali on the return with 21 seconds remaining.
Number 6, Southwestern will be out for one play.
21 seconds remaining in the first half. After the Jaguars cut it to 13 with 3:37 remaining, Wolverines have scored 2 touchdowns on a 75-yard touchdown pass from Vasquez to Jackson and a 9-yard touchdown pass from Vasquez to Bell. Wojciech looks downfield, and that ball is intercepted at midfield. Maiva on the interception for the Wolverines. And he returns it inside Jaguar territory. It's the last thing you wanted to see if you were a Jaguar fan.
After the return, dead ball, personal foul, late hit number 11, 15-yard penalty from the end of the line. First down.
So we had a personal foul late hit on the Wolverines. So the interception will count, and they'll tack on the 15 yards, pushing the Wolverines back. Ball's placed at the Jaguars' 46 with 10 seconds remaining. The Wolverines have 1 timeout remaining. Vasquez remains in the game. 3 receivers to the right of Vasquez. Jackson, the slot receiver. He'll go over the top one-on-one down the sideline. And a late flag.
Pass interference. Defense number 18, 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
Dante Pacheco gets called for the pass interference. Pacheco thought he defended that well. Might have turned his head a little too late. So after the 15-yard penalty, the ball will sit at the Jaguar 31. And with 4.1 seconds remaining, San Bernardino Valley will call a timeout. That's their last timeout of the first half. So as the Wolverines jumping out to a 20-0 lead after Antoine Fowler's second score. His second touchdown measured 49 yards for the touchdown run with 6:38 remaining in the second quarter. And Jaguars finally had the offensive possession they were looking for. It took them 3 minutes to get downfield. Alex Wojciech, 24-yard touchdown pass to Savion. Savion Robinson has definitely been the bright spot for the Jaguars here with a handful of grabs. Jackson needs to go to the end zone, tries to step up in the pocket, but is brought down by the Jaguars. That was big number 99, Aldrich Arbach out of Tijuana, Mexico. And that will end the first half action here at Southwestern College. It's the Wolverines 34, Jaguars 7 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Stay with us on the other side of break. And as the Jaguars come back onto the field, we start the second half action here at Southwestern College as the San Bernardino Valley Wolverines lead Southwestern 34-7. Let's recap first half action. Antoine Fowler of San Bernardino Valley started the scoring with a 15-yard touchdown run to go up 6-0. Then Isaiah Vasquez found Green for the 7-yard touchdown pass, making it 13-0 in the second. Then Antoine Fowler with the biggest run of the night, scored from 49 yards to make it 20-0 at the 6:38 mark in the second. Then the Jaguars started to get it going on offense. Alex Wojcik, 24-yard touchdown pass to Savion. As the kickoff brought in at the 20, gets to the edge and knocked out of bounds near the 35. That was Abdi Ali Jr. The bright spot on the offense was Savion Robinson. Had the 25-yard touchdown reception, making it 20-7 with 3:37 in the second. It looked like momentum was shifting, but then it was Vasquez to Jackson on a big 3rd and 10, hitting Jackson over the middle for a 75-yard touchdown pass, and Vasquez to Bell at the end of the first half, making it 34-7. Wojcik remains in the game. He hands it off up the middle, and no room to run for the Jaguars. A tackle for loss. As Raymond Flores, at the end of that first half, had a couple nice runs, and it really did open up the offense for the Jaguars. A couple play actions. Wojcik looked more comfortable in the pocket, gaining some confidence. And Jaguars' first play from scrimmage here in the second half goes for a 1-yard loss. Three receivers to the left of Wojcik. Wojcik looks that way, a bubble screen. Nice blocking. The ball's loose. Scooped up by the Wolverines and returned inside the 30. The strip by Jackson, scooped by Keelan Jackson. And the Wolverines, after picking up, or Southwestern, after picking up a first down, the forced fumble from the Wolverines, and San Bernardino Valley back in scoring position. Isaiah Vasquez, 3 passing touchdowns in the first half. Tosses it to Fowler, who had 2 rushing touchdowns. Gets twirled down inside the 35 for a 3-yard gain. Nate Rocio in on the tackle. Ball sits at the 34, 2nd and 7. Jackson looks right, and through the hands of his intended receiver, Isaiah Hughes, bringing up a 3rd and 7. Southwestern secondary didn't do a bad job in that first half, just allowed a couple big plays, including that 75-yard touchdown pass on the 3rd and 10. That was a big momentum play because the Jaguars would have got the ball back. This is Fowler, bounces it off the left side, lowers his shoulder, and falls forward for another Wolverine first down. Nice hard running by Antoine Fowler. Found the edge and knew where the first down marker was and picked up just enough. Gain of 7. Wolverines get back on the ball quickly. Fowler again has a gap, attacks, and gets upended inside the 5. Nice hole created by that offensive line of the Wolverines. Gain of 14. And this time the Jaguars do a better job of stuffing the run behind the line of scrimmage. That was Williams on the run. And Ricardo Alvarez leading the way on the tackle. Ball lies at the 2-yard line of the Jaguars. Williams still in the game, single back. Over the top and brought in for another touchdown. This time it's Keelan Jackson with his second receiving touchdown of the night. Nice ball from Vasquez to Jackson as they connect for the second time here. Increasing the lead to 33. Southwestern with 3 offensive turnovers, 2 of those, actually, I take that back, all 3 of those interceptions resulting in touchdowns. Vasquez to Jackson.
5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
Kanyamasa on for the extra point. The kick is wide left. And the score will stay 40-7 with 12:10 remaining in the third quarter. A lot of room for growth for Southwestern. Why not start now with 12:10? Still a lot of game left. A lot of time to work on plays. A lot of time to work the system. At this point, you're playing less for the score and more for just getting better here in week 2. The old saying, you learn more about yourself through defeat than you do victory. And we're going to learn a lot about the Southwestern Jaguars here over the next 27 minutes of gameplay. Ball's on the ground, scoop back up, and not a good return for the Jaguars. That was number 7, Savion Robinson.
Number 6. 5-yard penalty. Tapped on for the end of the run. Touchdown.
So Jaguars will add on 5 yards after the offsides on the kickoff from the Wolverines. Savion Robinson was the bright spot in that first half. Handful of catches, or grabs, however you want to slice or dice it. And that 25-yard touchdown reception. Wolchek, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. He looks right. Has a receiver wide open downfield. Hits him in stride at the 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jaguars! Jordan Benton, the local product out of Montgomery, with the big touchdown grab from Alex Wojcik. I wonder if we could get that replay again. A little too late. That's all right. Wojcik with his second passing touchdown on the night. Wojcik forgot he's the placeholder as well. Has to get back in there. The next point is up and good. So a quick score for the Jaguars. Wojcik to Jordan Benton. That one measuring 73 yards. Bringing the score 40-14. You love to see it when 2 South Bay kids link up for a score. Wojcik put that ball on the money, hitting Benton in stride. That was Benton's first grab of the night. In week 1, 5 for 85. And this week, 1 grab for 73 yards and the score. Biggest offensive play for the Jaguars on the night. Still a lot of game left? Oh, we're going to find out. 11:54 still remaining in the third quarter. Kick returners with their heels at the 10. They'll bring it in at the 12. And brought down inside the 25 with a late flag.
Holding. Return team number 52. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So the holding penalty will move the Wolverines back 10 yards. Let's see how the Jaguars defense responds. 11:49 remaining in the third. Still a lot of time. Jaguars down 4 scores. Isaiah Vasquez remains in the game. He'll hand off to Fowler, but he's brought down in the backfield. Ricardo Alvarez has had a huge night tonight, but a flag was thrown on the play. Yep.
Face mask. Defense number 97. 15-yard
So Ricardo Alvarez off the edge made a nice play initially, but got some of the face mask of Fowler. Turned a TFL and a 15-yard penalty. And that's just been that kind of night for the Jaguars. Ball sitting at the 32. 2 receivers to the left of Jackson. And once again, Alvarez leading the way up front, along with number 47, Julius Lotuli Gasanoa. Nice to see him back into the game after he was shaken up early in that first half. No gain, bringing up a 2nd and 10. Green, the single back. Behind Vasquez. Vasquez looks left. Quick hit at the 40. Gets by 1 defender. Jackson in the open space. Has 1 defender to beat, and he will go all the way for the touchdown. The 68-yard score from Vasquez to Jackson, their 3rd of the night. Jackson shook that first tackle, got to the edge, and nobody was catching him. That one measuring 68 yards. So Vasquez to Jackson, 3 scores, measuring 135 yards. A 75-yard touchdown pass. That one was 68 yards and that 2-yard score. Extra points no good. But it's the Wolverines getting the best of it, 46-14, with 10:39 still remaining in the third. That is now 5 passing touchdowns from Isaiah Vasquez. 2 rushing scores from Fowler. Vasquez has connected with Jackson on 3 scores. Bell with 1. And Green with a touchdown reception. This ball brought in inside the 15 and crosses the 30-yard line. It's number 18, Dante Pacheco, the freshman out of Mar Vista, on the nice return. Three receivers to the right of Wojciech. Wojciech will hand it off. And the running back falls forward for a few. That's Harteen Stamps from Monte Vista. Quick bubble screen on the far side of the field. And a nice open field tackle right there by number 49, Josiah Romer.
After the play was over, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike contact. Defense number 19. That is number 19's first unsportsmanlike contact of the game. 15-yard penalty on that first down.
That penalty on number 19, Devon Poloa. Tack on 15. And now we'll get the Jaguars back in Wolverine territory. Stamps single back. Gets a handoff up the gut. And gets inside the 40, falling forward. As Stamps lose not one shoe but both, as he'll have to come out. Raymond Flores checks back in. The single back, 3 receivers to the left of Wojciech. .9:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Wojciech looks right, steps up in the pocket, has no room, and he'll get back to the original, or he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that is.
99 is out for 1 play.
Abdi Ali, your single receiver at the top of your screen, one-on-one. I think Wojciech might like that matchup. Third and 4. Wojciech looks left, stop and go on the top, and finds his receiver near side. That's Jordan Benton with his second reception on the night. The big 68-yard touchdown pass and reception from Benton, and a nice first down gain by the freshman. So Benton now with a pair of receptions, one for a touchdown and one for a first down. He remains a slot receiver on the near side. Hamadi Sharif back into the game for the Jaguars. That one through the hands of Manalo. Ball falls incomplete through the hands of his intended receiver from Wojciech. Two receivers to the left, to the right. Hamadi Sharif, the single back, gets the handoff, makes one guy miss, stutter steps, and bulls his way forward inside the 20 for an 8-yard gain. Nice run by Sharif. Sharif had a pair of scores last week. Only 2 scores from the running back. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Southwestern, 10 on the play clock. Oh, they're just coming out in goal line formation. The handoff out of I, and that run is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No room to run for Stamps. Stamps, a local product out of Monte Vista, with no gain, bringing up a 4th and 2. Five seconds on the play clock. 2. And the Jaguars having some troubles with substitution. They're going to call a timeout, and we're going to take a quick break here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Stay with us. Back with you. Third quarter action, 6:40 remaining. Jaguars, 4th and 2. Wojciech keeps it himself. And it doesn't look like he got to the first down marker. And a late flag after the play. It looks like Wojciech was short on the run.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Offense number 77. 15-yard penalty. First down, San Bernardino.
So it was a dead ball foul, personal foul, on the Jaguars. So not only did Southwestern not get the first down, but they also gave the Wolverines an extra 15 yards. 6:34 remaining in the third. And that might just do it for Isaiah Vasquez on the night. 5 passing touchdowns. And the handoff to Green. Little to no room on the run. Cole Maisman steps in behind snap. The quarterback out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Last week in week 1 was 8 of 21 for 48 yards. Last week, Isaiah Vasquez was 5 of 16 for 28 yards. He bumped his quarterback rating tonight. That is for sure. Steps up in the pocket. Has a receiver over the middle. And Thompson Jr. I scratched that, actually. That's number 81, Jordan Woods. His first reception of the night. And we have an injured Jaguar on the field, so we'll take a quick break here. Stay with us on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Andrew Sola walking off under his own power. Cole Maisman stays in the game. 1st and 10. Toss right. And the great pursuit by the Jaguar defense for a gain of 1. Nice hard run by Delano Green. Green had the receiving touchdown earlier in the game. But you love to see the Jaguars still play tough on defense. Down 32. Maisman with the single back. Looks over the middle. And the ball's intercepted. Oh! Let's check the instant replay. Great read by the safety. Tried to fit it in a tight window to Jackson, but unable to. Incompletion, bringing up a 2nd and 9 with 5:08 remaining in the third quarter. Maisman with 3 receivers to his right on the short side of the field. Maisman play fake and a great pass breakup. That was Adrian Granderson on the pass breakup. Read that well. Receiver on the outside was running a skinny post, and Granderson got there before the ball did. Granderson was 2nd on the team last week with 7 tackles, and he's played well here today. And the punt will roll out of bounds at the Jaguar 22, and that's where they will take over on their next offensive possession. 4:55 remaining here in the third quarter. See if the Jaguars can build off of a few things. Ball sits at the 22. Double-double formation with Benton, the slot receiver, on the bottom of your screen. The delay up the middle, has some room. That's Jay Gordon on the run. Gordon with a gain of a dozen, picks up a first down. Gordon led the team with a dozen rush attempts in week 1. He remains a single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Benton remains the inside receiver. Wojcik looks right, one-on-one, has a receiver wide open, and it's brought in. A great grab by Abdi, a great grab by Savion Robinson. Robinson has had himself a day here today. Over 100 receiving yards, matching at least his game best 6 receptions last week. And a beautiful grab there from Robinson. The reason he had so much separation, the corner that was guarding him fell in his back pedal. Last pass fell incomplete. 2nd and 10 with the ball at the Wolverines 35. Jaguars saying that double-double formation. Jay Gordon, the single back, gets another delayed handoff and has some space again. Breaks off 2 tackles, gets inside the 20. And a 17-yard gain for Jay Gordon. Picks up another Jaguar first down. Three receivers now to the right of Wojcik. Wojcik hands off to Gordon and is tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. The Wolverines were all over that one. Four down territory for the Jaguars. Under 3 minutes remaining. Wojcik looks left. Now over the middle, steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck and run. Breaks the tackle, gets inside the 5, and falls forward to the 4. One of the better plays. The pocket collapsed on Wojcik, broke a tackle. It's a quarterback that averaged 9 yards per carry as a senior in high school. Had over 800 rushing yards. Wojcik hands it to Gordon. Gordon up the middle, and he'll fall in for a Southwestern touchdown. Jay Gordon, his first score of the night. Giving the Jaguars some life here with 2:27 remaining in the third. And once again, the Jaguars having difficulties getting men on. The snap is off. Wojcik has a receiver at the pylon, and the 2-point conversion is good. Finding his top receiver, Savion Robinson, on the 2-point conversion. Nice comeback route from Robinson. Cuts the deficit to 24. We now have a 3-possession game with 2:27 remaining in the third quarter. So you're saying there's a chance. Southwestern definitely going to need at least one turnover or two and a couple big stops and a couple big plays on offense. But I've seen crazier things happen on a Saturday night. But it's going to have to start with this Jaguar defense. Offense did their job in scoring. I want to see if the defense can slow down this Wolverines offense. Be interesting to see if they bring back Isaiah Vasquez back in. And this ball will go through the end zone. Touchback for the Jaguars. Wolverines will start at the 20. See who comes trotting onto the field for the Wolverines. Looks like Cole Meisman back into the game. Delano Green, the single back. Looks like we have equipment malfunction. Oh, legal substitution. So the momentum is on the side of the Jaguars. Can they capitalize with 2:27 remaining in the third? First and 15 at the 15, and no running room again for the Wolverines. Leading the way, big 99 Aldrich Arbach. Along in on that tackle was also Daniel Sandoval, local product here out of the South Bay. Loss of one, bringing up a 2nd and 16. Handoff again. Missed tackle in the backfield. And Green picks up a couple. Jaguars have been in similar positions. 3rd and long after the offense scoring. Can they get the ball back? 3 receivers to the right of Meisman. Meisman looks that way. He's going to run it, but is sacked behind the line of scrimmage by Aldrich Arbach and number 94, Keon Jackson. And there's the stop for the defense. Under a minute remaining. The momentum has definitely shifted for the Jaguars. Is there enough time, or is it too little too late? And the fair catch at the 40. Brought in. That's Derek Pacheco with the fair catch at the 41. Alex Wojcik in his junior and senior season threw for nearly 6,000 passing yards. Can he recreate that magic here in week 2? Jay Gordon remains in the game as the single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right of Wojcik. Ball at the Jaguar 41. Gordon gets the handoff and is knocked forward for a couple. Under 20 seconds remaining. Gordon loses his shoe. Wojciech, 3 receivers to his left. Raymond Flores in the backfield. Scoops it up, and he's going to go. He has one player to beat inside the 10. Can he get in? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Southwestern. Raymond Flores with the scoop and score. The unconventional way on the offensive side. The defense almost stopped when they saw the ball rolled back to Wojciech. Flores with the heads-up play. Scoops and scores. His first touchdown of the night, his first touchdown of the season. Cuts the deficit to 18. So because of it, Jaguars have to come out and try to get this 2-point conversion. Wojciech hands it off. And it looked like there was a hole for Sharif, but he was stopped at the 1. And that will end the exciting third quarter. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. Raymond Flores with, at this point, the biggest play of the game. The ball was snapped and rolled back to Wojciech. Raymond Flores with the heads-up play, picked it up, had a seam, and went all the way for the 56-yard touchdown to cut the deficit to 18. The onside kick, the ball's loose! Southwestern had it in the palm of their hands. Look at this, a beautiful onside kick. And instead of trying to fall on it, Adrian Granderson tried to pick that up and do a little more. Jaguars still down 3 scores. They're going to need a defensive stop here. Meisman rolls right, has his receiver at the 45, lowers his shoulder. Nice open field tackle. That's Granderson on the tackle. Gain of 9 brings up a 2nd and 1. Wolverines in Jaguar territory. The handoff off the right side. Williams keeps his feet moving and picks up enough for a first down.
Number 47, Southwestern, off 1 play.
The single back, 2 receivers to the left, to the right of Meisman. 1st and 10 at the 46. Handoff up the middle. And Williams, once again, keeps his feet turning and gets to the 40 for a 6-yard gain. 14 and counting. Williams remains in the game as a single back. 3 receivers to the right of Meisman. No need for the Wolverines to rush, up 18 here in the fourth quarter, looking to kill some clock. The handoff again off the left side. Williams tries to bounce it, but the pursuit of the Jaguars. Rocio leading the way along with Sola. The local product out of Morris. Big third down right here. 3rd and 4. Can the Jaguars get off the field? The crowd to their feet. Biggest defensive play for the Jaguars here today. 3 receivers to the right of Meisman. The toss right. Williams gets hit in the backfield and falls forward for a gain of 1, bringing up a 4th and 3. A great defensive stand by the Jaguars. Coming up on the 12.5 mark here in the final quarter of regulation. It's a short punt, but a good roll for the Wolverines as it gets to the 6. And that's where the Jaguars will take over their next offensive possession. Jaguars have scored on their last 2 offensive possessions for the first time here this game. Chasing 18 with 12-12 remaining in the fourth quarter. Jay Gordon returns as the single back, bunch formation to the right of Woschek. Woschek rolls right, has a receiver open in the flats near the 10, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets to the 20. Abdi Ali with the nice gain, the pitch and catch, going for 14 and a first down for the Jaguars. Now 3 receivers to the left on the wide side of the field. Gordon to the hip pocket of Woschek. Woschek looks over the middle, nothing there. Steps up in the pocket and is sacked by big number 99, Dareth Browning. Right there, Woschek locked in on 1 receiver. The pocket was collapsing, tried to get some yards back with his legs, but was sacked for a 3-yard loss. Woschek hands it off to Gordon. Gordon sidesteps a defender and gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for the Jaguars. Savion Robinson, the single side receiver to the bottom of your screen. 3 receivers to the left of Woschek. The single back is Gordon. Under 11 minutes remaining in the fourth. Woschek looks left, steps up in the pocket, doesn't have anyone downfield, and is sacked. Once again, big number 99, Browning, with a pair of sacks on this drive. And Browning doesn't allow that Jaguars offensive attack to get going on that possession. As the punt team comes on for Southwestern. Southwestern with 2 timeouts remaining. crossing the 10-minute mark. And it looks like, oh, they're just going to take the delay game. The returner for the Wolverines with his heels at the 45 of the Jaguars. Nice high booming kick, but it's short. And the fair catch at the 37 from Jackson. That's where the Wolverines will take over on the next offensive possession with 9:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. Jaguars were down as much as 33. They cut into the deficit, down 18.
Illegal substitution on the receiving team. 2 number 3s on the field. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
So, due to the illegal substitution by San Bernardino Valley, the Jaguars are going to re-kick and bring back onto the field their punter, Abdi Ali Jr. That was not Abdi Ali on that last punt, most likely because he was gassed from running routes on the offensive side. But with a little breather after that little break, he comes back on, standing in his own end zone. And a much better kick. And the fair catch at the 49 by Thompson Jr. Balls. Wolverines will still take over in Jaguar territory. But about a dozen yards back after the penalty. Meisman still in the game. Williams is a single back. 3 receivers to the right of Meisman. Meisman, the toss right. And once again, the great pursuit, great open field tackling by the Jaguars. That's Sablon right there. The great open field tackling from him here today. You can see Martinez calming him down. But Sablon has been all over the field today. Not a starter, but he's making his impact felt on the defensive side. Came screaming down the line of scrimmage to make that tackle for a loss. Clock is ticking. Under 9:30 remaining in the fourth quarter. Another handoff. Back inside Jaguar territory. After the run from Davis. Bringing up a 3rd and 7 for the Wolverines. Jaguars with still 2 timeouts remaining. Meisman with Davis as a single back. 3 receivers to the left. And we have a false start on the top of the screen.
False start. Offense, number 13, 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
False start will bring up a 3rd and 12. Third and long for the Wolverines. Meisman with 3 receivers to his left. He looks to the single side, has his receiver inside the 40, stays on his feet, cuts back, and is tackled inside the 30. Bishop Bell, his 2nd reception of the night, had that receiving touchdown in the first half, was the culprit of the false start and made up for it on that touchdown reception. And Davis with an open seam goes in untouched for the 25-yard touchdown. And you can see right here, Davis, a handful of touches on the night, gets his first touchdown of the night. And the Wolverines extend their lead back to 24. After that score, this game might be over, but you love to see the intensity on the defensive side from the Jaguars. Still great pursuit, sideline to sideline. And the offense is looking better as this game has moved on. So some definite bright spots from this Jaguars team, but they just started going a little too late. And really, 1 or 2 plays with the ball bouncing in another direction, this could be a completely different game. But it's tough to say when your defense gives up 53 points as well. I'm Bo Furtick, bringing you tonight's action alongside Pablo Espinal, my cameraman and producer. We thank you for tuning in to Southwestern College football here on the campus of Southwestern College in Chula Vista, California. This ball is brought in by the 25. We have blockers in front. And one of the better returns for the Jaguars as they return it inside Wolverine territory. That was number 4, Harlteen Stamps. Stamps, the local product out of Monte Vista, has got some good run here today. Hamadi Sharif, the single back, 2 receivers to the left, to the right of Woshek. He looks near side. Has his receiver at the 40. That's Robinson. Robinson gets inside the 35 for a Southwestern first down. Woshek looks left. Nobody there. Comes back this way and hits Robinson as he heads to the ground for the reception. Robinson is approaching double-digit catches here today. I can say for certain he has at least 100 receiving yards on the night, if not closer to 150. Definitely one of the better receiving nights for a Southwestern program in the past few years from an individual player. Woshek runs out of real estate. And we have a flag on the sideline. Possible late hit, maybe?
Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit. Defense. Number 25. After this is 2 goal.
And that's one of the reasons why you extend the play with your legs and it turns into a positive gain for Southwestern. Wojciech didn't have anything downfield, rolled right, and extended the play. And because of it, the Wolverines got a little too excited and hit Wojciech when he was already out of bounds. Jaguars saying the double-double formation. Sharif the single back. Wojciech looks left, has a receiver in the end zone, but that ball is picked off by the Wolverines. Wojciech was late on that pass, and Xavier Carter, the defensive back out of Houston, Texas, stepped in front of the pass for the INT. Oh, so they're saying Carter didn't complete the he didn't complete the possession falling to the ground. He got his foot in. I don't think that was the issue. I think the ball was jarred loose when Carter was heading to the turf, and because of it, they called it an incomplete pass. New life for the Jaguars. Wojciech looks left, now looks over the middle, has his receiver. And it's Savion Robinson once again with a touchdown for the Jaguars. That's Robinson's second touchdown on the night. With 6:51 remaining. Wojciech rolls right on the two-point conversion and has his receiver in the back of the end zone. Two-point conversion is good. The flag is down. Illegal shift. Southwestern will retry the two-point conversion. They're going to stay in this doubles formation. Hamadi Sharif remains the single back. Benton to the left of Wojciech. Wojciech looks that way. And through the hands of Jackson, that ball will fall incomplete. Two-point conversion, no good. Score will stay 53-34 for Southwestern. .651 remaining in regulation. Jaguars down 19. It's great to see the Jaguars continue to battle, even though they've been down multiple possessions throughout this contest. It's great to see the fight on the offensive side and the defensive side. We'll see if the defense can create a turnover. First, the onside kick through the wickets of a player. Can the Jaguars recover inside the 40? Yes, they do. A successful onside kick recovered by Sablon of the Jaguars. Sablon is having himself a night on the defensive side and now on special teams. That brings the offense back onto the field. Alex Wojcik has a pair of touchdown passes, both to Savion Robinson. They're going to stay in this double-double formation. They have majority of the second half. That's Hamadi Sharif, the local product out of Crawford, the single back. Benton in motion. And the play clock went to 0. Jaguars are going to retry. This time from 5 yards back after the false start, 1st and 15. Ball still stays in Wolverines territory. Abdi Ali, the inside receiver to the right of Wojcik. Jordan Benton, the inside receiver to the left of Wojcik. Wojcik looks right, has a receiver downfield, one-on-one. And good defense right there by the defensive back. That was Thompson Jr. Incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 15 with 6:42 remaining in the fourth quarter. We have 7 on the play clock. Wojcik is going to have to get this snap off quickly. 3 on the play clock. Barely gets it off in time. Wojcik under pressure. Gets rid of it in time. Finds his receiver in the flats. But a nice hit in open field by Xavier Carter. The reception by Jordan Benton, his 3rd on the night. Third and 12 with 6:15 and counting remaining in regulation. Southwestern still in this double-double formation. Abdi Ali to the right of Wojcik. Wojcik steps up in the pocket and throws it behind Benton. Pocket was collapsing on Wojcik. Unable to hit his intended receiver. The incomplete pass brings up a 4th and 12. Jaguars could have very easily thrown in the white towel, down 40-7 in the 3rd quarter. But they have shown a lot of fight here in the 2nd half. Savion Robinson was in motion. The deep ball over the top, inside the 5. Wojcik stepped up in the pocket. And they're calling that a touchdown. I saw Robinson over the middle open, but Jordan Benton with his 2nd receiving touchdown on the night. Second big receiving touchdown from Benton, and the Jaguars come out for a 2-point conversion. Wojcik rolls right, gets hit, stays on his feet, and is eventually brought down to the ground. 2-point conversion, no good. But Jaguars down 2 possessions. Jordan Benton with the big receiving touchdown. He's now over 100 yards on the night. See if the Jaguars can get another onside kick. Down 13 with 5:51 remaining. San Bernardino will regroup with the timeout. So let's try to catch you up on the action. The Jaguars were down 40-7 near the start of the second half. They have come roaring back. Jordan Benton with 2 huge touchdown receptions. Wojciech now with 3 passing touchdowns on the night. And we have ourselves a game, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, the Jaguars need 2 touchdowns. Down 13. They've kicked 2 onside kicks. One of them was successful. The last one was successful. The one before that was darn close to being successful. The hands team is on for San Bernardino Valley. And that ball kicked way too hard. Missed kick.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty when the ball went out. First down.
Well, this has definitely turned into a track meet. Jaguars 2 timeouts remaining with 5:51 remaining in regulation. They're going to sit the ball at the Wolverines 45. Cole Meisman remains in the game for the Wolverines. He'll hand it off. Oh no, he'll keep it. Great keep by Meisman. Faked the defense, including myself. Defender ran right by him with the ball in his hands. Meisman with the first down run. Picks up 15. At this point, Wolverines are going to do everything they can to run this clock out. Meisman this time hands it off, but nowhere to go. That's Latuli Gasanoa on the tackle for loss. The Helix product, standing 6 foot, 225 pounds. Bringing up a 2nd and 11. Free play, going deep, and overthrows his intended receiver. Meisman got hit on the throw.
Offsides. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Arbach, who has had a solid second half, was caught off sides. Bunch formation to the right of Meisman. Toss right. And a gain of about 5 for Green. He stayed inbound, so the clock still ticking. 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines. Be a big stop right here for the Jaguars if they can get off field. 15 on the play clock. The Wolverines going to try to work this clock as far down as they can. Meisman with the quick hit on the outside. The open field tackle. And the Jaguars swarm to the ball. That brings up a 4th and 4 after the gain of 1. Meisman looks like he's going to take the snap. Yeah, hold your water if you're the D-line of Southwestern. Be very unlikely if they snap this ball right here. Be very surprised. And they do. Meisman gets it. Loses the ball. And it's scooped up. It's tossed back. It's never easy if you're a Jaguar fan, I'll tell you that much. As not only did they force the fumble, but they almost gave it back to the Wolverines, and they could have just fell on it, or Meisman could have just fell to the ground. Nonetheless, the turnover on downs goes back to the Jaguars. Jaguars have 2 timeouts remaining. They're going to have to score quickly. Wojciech, 3 passing touchdowns on the night. Wojciech, 3 receivers to his right. And is sacked, but a flag. It might have been a face mask. I thought there were some hands near the helmet of Wojciech. White cap, white cap, white cap.
Personal foul. Defense, number 56. Face out. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So LeGrand Burgess was the first one to get there on the sack. But he also got face mask of Wojciech. The clock is rolling. Ball at the 45 of the Jaguars. 3 receivers to the right of Wojciech. Wojciech with a quick hit in the flats. And Manalo stays in bounds. The clock stops quickly. The clock is still running. I thought it stopped on when the chain's removed. Another quick hit. Robinson makes one defender miss and gets out of bounds near the 40. Robinson, if he's not at double-digit receptions on the night, he's definitely close. I would say closing in on at least 200 yards receiving. Robinson, same play. Picks up a first down. I could have swore the clock stopped after a first down for a short second. I'm a bit confused by that. A handoff up the middle to Sharif. Bounces off a tackle, keeps his feet moving. Gets near the 20. See, now the clock stops on the first down. And I don't know. Something about the person keeping the clock. I think, interesting. Timeout called by Southwestern. 1:37 remaining in the fourth quarter. So at this point, they need a score and an onside kick. They were down 33 at the beginning of the second half. And the Jaguars have come roaring back to bring it within 13. Jaguars were down in the second quarter 20-0. And then to open up the third quarter, the Wolverines drove down to score to make it 40-7. Hamadi Sharif remains in the game as a single back. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right of Wojciech. Wojciech looks left, looks over the middle, steps up in the pocket, has a receiver in the end zone, but the ball is intercepted by the Wolverines and returned out of the end zone. The interception by Maiava. Had his receiver, just try to squeeze it in. Sometimes you do a little too much when the game is on the line and you need a score. Nonetheless, the Jaguars should hold their heads high and realize you can't start the game as slow as they can, or as slow as they did, and expect to pull out the win. Although the second half was much better than the first half here tonight. You can say the same thing about week 1 action as well. Had a poor performance in the first half and came out stronger in the second half. You can say that here tonight as well for the Jaguars. So the interception is going to stand. This is a penalty after the play.
Dead ball. During return. Personal foul. Late hit. Number 56. Dead ball. Personal foul. Number 5. Both penalties be assessed. First down. San Bernardino.
Yeah, those penalties aren't going to make much of a difference now with 1:26 remaining in the game and Southwestern with only 1 timeout remaining. So at this point, unless there's a bad snap, the Wolverines are just going to kneel this one out. And the handoff brought out to the 5. Handoff up the middle. And Green will just fall forward. So the Jaguars will travel to Long Beach next week. And then the week after that, we'll be back home against Saddleback and then Fullerton. So next week at Long Beach, and then you'll see them back home in 2 weeks against Saddleback, and the week after that against Fullerton. A lot to learn from, a lot to grow, a lot of room for growth, but nonetheless, his Jaguar team is young, and there's a lot to like about this Jaguar team on the offensive and defensive side. They could have definitely thrown in the towel, down 33 in the second half, but says a lot about this coaching staff and a lot about the players on that sideline for Southwestern. Jaguars with no more timeouts. San Bernardino Valley look to just run one play and run the clock out. Off the right side, crosses the 25, and Green is tackled at the 26. And that will do it from tonight's game as San Bernardino Valley improves to 1-1 and the Southwestern Jaguars fall to 0-2. But a valiant effort by the young Jaguars. For my partner Pablo Espinal, I'm Bo Fertig. We'll see you in 2 weeks as the Jaguars take on Saddleback in junior college action. Good night, everyone.